boss. There's no doubt about it. Cypher's working on something in Central Africa. There's evidence they've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next mission. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next mission. We should learn what Cypher is after.
When Quiet first came here, she demonstrated her marksmanship against that enemy fighter plane. It showed she was much more than your everyday crack shot. Hitting a moving target from 600 meters is a challenge, but it's possible with the right training and equipment. But shooting down that missile, that's a world apart from taking out a soldier on patrol. The chopper and the missile were in motion, meaning different vectors at high velocity in three-dimensional space, and she shot an unguided bullet that had to fight air resistance and gravity. All that while the chopper was taking evasive maneuvers. Some of the best target leading I've ever known. She has a superhuman sense of spatial awareness. You put her in a fighter jet, and she'd be an ace right off the bat.
Select a mission.
Hell, your judgment was top class too. Realizing she could take out that pilot, that's quick thinking. You and Quiet could make a hell of a team. You'd be damn near unstoppable.
Please select a mission.
Quiet is still in her cell. Only a few staff are authorized to go near her. She hasn't tried anything funny, but that's what bothers me most.
In particular?
What does she have to gain by coming to Mother Base? I first thought she was under orders from Cypher to take you out. She didn't manage it in Afghanistan, so round 2 happens here. So I lighten the guard. And that lock on her door is a joke.
You gave her an opening. And?
Well, she hasn't killed you yet. And I hate to say it, but she's had plenty of chances.
You made me the bait.
Poisonous bait. What better? Anyway, she didn't bite. Quiet is keeping her silence. So I'm left with no idea again what she's doing here.
We tried communicating with her through writing. That didn't work either.
Whether she's illiterate, dyslexic, or just plain stubborn, she won't cooperate.
I just don't get it.
If she tried to contact the outside, it'd be picked up by our counterintelligence net. But it's clean. There's no sign she's had contact with the staff, the base facilities, nothing. She's almost got the men wanting her to try something, just to find out what she's up to. She's in there putting on the failed soldier look, all downcast eyes and defeated sighs. But she doesn't kill herself. She can't be trying to leave Cypher and surrender to us.
So what's the verdict?
This may sound optimistic, but here's how I see it. Quiet came here to fulfill some objective. To kill you, maybe to destroy Diamond Dogs. Whatever it was, before she could do it, something changed her mind. Yes. When I look at her, I sense hesitation.
You think she'd betray Cypher?
Can't say for sure. I prefer the ones that talk. Anyway, we'll keep her under watch. And we're also looking into those special abilities of hers. You'll be the first to know if something comes up. Why not look in on her yourself once in a while?
Right.
Please specify a project.
Thanks for that, boss.
weather will clear shortly. Please the landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Please select a landing zone. Landing
Heading for
zone
objective.
complete.
That woman out. Please. Boss, how about the Belgians? Let us know if you need supplies.
Side ops list updated. Please select a landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. On station at LZ! Gaining altitude.
Mission
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean, but at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force, but he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan. Deploying.
Lol, Kirka. That's great.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khatib Palace. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Be careful down there, boss.
That's Lamar Khatib Palace, where the target is being held. It's a Soviet detention facility.
The objective.
That's the target. He was the youngest in the squad. The others called him Malak or
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Angel. The Soviets captured Malak and took him to the ruins of Lamar Khatib Palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client this time is
Also
Malak's
bad
father.
pictures, I guess.
A survivor from the village.
You're watching that game
The
drums,
father's dying words were,
and his name's Aaron, right? Not Dan.
Yeah.
"Save my
Dan and
son."
Aaron, yeah. He's like, oh, I used to speedrun this game. I'm pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Does he really? Yeah, well, he sucks at everything. But yeah, that's great.
Totally bad at not killing zombies. And if you're used to be a speedrunner, you don't kill any enemies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, you kill like bosses and whatnot. but
I mean, I
not
don't
like
think he's
the
trying to
grunts.
speedrun it in the playthrough, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. Hopefully they finish it before the Ghoul Grumps ends.
Well, a lot of times they continue
Don't.
the series after.
Yeah, a lot of times it don't.
Well, that's true.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
By Mikanoa.
Crash.
Uh oh.
Lamanhate Palace.
Detected.
The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Wait, who are we gonna be?
The American, I'll be Brits or vice versa.
Be Brits if you want. You tried the Americans yet?
Get stuff unlocked for American.
Got like 2 things. But I got like 2 things in British too.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
There. That's the target.
Analysis complete. The map has analysis complete.
Ready to lose?
Analysis complete.
We can't be the same person, okay.
Let's both be British, I think it's a good idea.
Look at these skins out, dude.
Yeah, really good shit too.
Easy with wins.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence. The map has been updated. Prisoner has died. Prisoner has died. Prisoner has died.
We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Prisoner has died. Caution. Violent storm approaching.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khatib Palace. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Be careful down there, boss.
Lamar Khatib Palace.
Detected.
The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Tree.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Потерял визуальный контакт. Перемещаюсь к последней известной позиции. Прием! Это КП, понял. Обследуйте сектор. Но осторожно. Конец связи. Понял. Не позволяйте им заслать вас врасплох. Будьте начеку. Конец связи. Штаб. Это КП. По нам велся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ. Потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием.
I'm gonna go to the right.
Arrived at your
You
destination.
want to push the middle.
Try a bunch of mortars and shit.
Caution. Sandstorm approaching. Analysis complete.
Push.
Analysis complete.
Hey, we suck.
Mm-hmm.
We suck.
Yeah.
Это КП. Понял. Будьте бдительны. Не позволяйте им напасть на вас. Конец связи.
They got the howitzer.
КП, это 4! Это атакуют! По всем понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи. Это Дмитрий 2. Враг ушел. Начинаю поиск. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Обыщите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи.
You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Development complete. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
Fuck.
target's been transferred. I've sent the information to your map screen. You're gonna need more information to pinpoint a location.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
There. That's the target. Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call the chopper from your iDroid boss. Then carry the target to it.
The map has been updated.
Boss, you're just leaving the target.
I got my fan on, so I can't really hear you, Brandon.
4v4 almost.
Can if you want to do like 3v3, 4v4 if you want. Should do that, 4v4.
Analyzing the intel file you picked up. Unfortunately, there's nothing new in it.
Intel file obtained.
Maybe. It's on my people for queuing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Какие будут приказы? Прием! Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выгрузите врага. Конец связи.
Outpost captured.
You're not seriously leaving him there.
Yeah.
To America, to British.
And look on their side.
2 Germans and 2 other Germans.
trying to make it like German.
You're not seriously leaving him there.
Alright. I'm gonna be the more defensive guy then.
Alright, yeah, I'll try to attack.
We could take the same like
You're
two
not seriously
areas.
leaving him there.
That's kind of small.
Y'all jack shit for stuff, so. Okay. Or ability shit. Touch the guy at the bottom.
Yeah. Matchmaking might be pretty good then. There's a lot of starter items.
You're not seriously leaving him there.
Yeah, I'll just be like artillery. Shit.
Your game loaded or no?
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright, maybe let's have the first point like pretty quick. I'm gonna move to the star in just 1 second. I'm gonna move to
Commencing
that.
platform
Very last.
construction.
I'm gonna keep going up like I'm doing at that guess.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Please select a landing zone.
There's a castle in the middle.
A support
Sir.
helicopter
Roger.
requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Development project has been added.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Mission info has been updated.
Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
It's
Plant extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, that target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the Honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I've decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something, and this is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
Good. You captured it alive.
Boss, if you got time on your hands, come spend it back at the base. The men will miss you if you're gone too long.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Please select a mission.
Thank you, boss.
Staff assigned. Clouds approaching. Please specify a project. Please landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Didi, stay.
Didi.
Fully trained and ready for action. The rest is up to you. Didi, go! He's going with you.
Development project has been added. Unit function added.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now.
Specify a
You
project.
suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden, so it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skull face. He He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago.
Select a mission.
The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force, but he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.